St. Mary's Rough Riders, coming off a stunning win over in Elida, will come to Bath tonight to try and take on the Wildcats. And that football game is yours next on Game Face Ohio. And good evening, everyone, and welcome into Bath Stadium, where tonight the Bath Wildcats will host the St. Mary's Rough Riders in a WBL contest. I'm Dan Hirn along with Paul Sadler, and we welcome you into the Minster Bank pregame show. The St. Mary's Rough Riders come into this ballgame 2-2, and 1-2 inside the Western Buckeye League. They will take on the Bath Wildcats tonight, who enter this game 1-3 and 1-2 inside conference play. I'm Dan Hirn along with Paul Sadler. And Paul, this St. Mary's team comes off a kind of an improbable win over in Elida.
Yes, they do. A 47-46 overtime win with an incredible 45 combined total points scored in the fourth quarter. Here we can see just a few of them. There, Austin Tester with a kickoff return for a touchdown. Then we jump into overtime. We see the go-ahead touchdown by St. Mary's, and then Logan Alexander hits Clark Etzler from 11 yards out to get within one. They go for the win, and then on a controversial call, it appears to make a game-winning two-point conversion, but another official comes in and rightly says that he went out of bounds, came back in, resulting in a legal touch, and give the Rough Riders the win.
Head coach presiding over the Western Buckeye League's top offense.
Yes, they are, and they like to get it done on the ground. And they are led by their senior fullback, our player to watch, Isaac Fitzgerald. Isaac scored 5 total touchdowns last week, 4 of them on the ground, with an amazing 43 carries for 240 yards rushing. On the season, he leads the Western Buckeye League with 159.5 yards, 10 touchdowns. He also leads the team in receiving with 13 catches. Here you can see the Lonesome Polecat play that allowed them to tie the game right at the end of regulation against Elida last week. Fitzgerald also leads the Western Buckeye League in rushing, all-purpose yards, points, and touchdowns.
The Bath Wildcats have spent the majority of this early part of the season on the road. They're 1-0 here at home.
Yes, they are, and they're hoping home brings them some more luck. As you said, they're 1-0 at home where they defeated Defiance. Last week they suffered a tough loss, 38-6 against undefeated Wapakoneta. The one positive they can kind of point to is they had a strong rushing game last week, led by Chase Clark.
Clark finished with 57 yards on the ground against Wapakoneta. Bill Garland's team is led by Cameron Jenkins. He's our player out of the field.
Yeah, with the rushing game going well, you know, they really need the passing game to pick it up. And Cam Jenkins, when they won their game against Defiance, threw for 348 yards and 5 touchdowns, but last week kind of scuffled a little bit against Wapak. Coach Garland knows that he's the co-captain and 2-year starter for them, and they need him for a big game.
Close to kickoff here. We'll take a look at the Game Face Ohio keys to the game.
Yeah, just looking real quickly here, St. Mary's keys to the game. They need to play a better defense. They've given up nearly 32 points a game. Control the clock, and they need to play the entire game. For Bath, they got to be physical, and they got to tackle better, and really limit the big play.
Well, that's going to bring to the end of the Minster Bank pregame show. We'll be back with the opening kick right after this. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
TSC can save you money.
How?
TSC can save you money with Emerge.
What's Emerge?
The Emerge bundle plan. TSC will merge your phone, cable TV, and internet in one nice, neat package to save you money.
How much money?
A boatload. The Emerge bundle plan, only from TSC.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Minster Bank is celebrating 100 years of serving our local communities.
We are proud of our past and we look forward to a promising future.
Thanks for the opportunity to help our local businesses grow.
Thanks for letting us serve you past banking hours.
Thanks for letting us serve you and getting to know you personally.
Through our private wealth management department, we provide trusted investment advice.
Minster Bank's success and longevity is truly a testament to the communities and the customers that we serve.
Thanks for 100.
Welcome to TSC Touchdown Friday, brought to you by Telephone Service Company, Stolly Insurance, Minster Bank, Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom, Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency, Frost Roofing, The United Way, and the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
The Bath Wildcats won the toss and have elected to receive, and they will take it at the 5-yard line, back across the 20. And that is where Cam Jenkins and the Bath offense will come out onto the field.
Yeah, and Cam Jenkins, that we've mentioned, one of the leading passers in the Western Buckeye League, only completing about 49% of his passes. Coach Garland would like to see that improved a little bit and really get the ball to his weapons. He does have a pair of top 10 receivers in the Western Buckeye League with Corey Briggs and Trey Wheeler.
Against as James is 4 of 14 for just 70 yards passing the ball.
And last week they really came out and wanted to establish the run. We'll see if they want to do that against the Rough Riders.
Here's a hand at the middle, Clark to the 25-yard line. So yard gain on first down.
Here we see the offensive line anchored by Easton Rudisell, the 6'4", 23-pound junior.
Jenkins will bring the play into the huddle.
Again, last week they started off just wanting to run the ball at a very kind of methodical pace, used most of the play clock, and was very effective with a long drive. Unfortunately, kind of stalled on downs in the red zone.
Here's the handoff again off the right side, and Clark will get close to a first down up to the 30-yard line.
Appears to be about a yard short, but just a straight ISO play right there for Clark. Again, here you can see the Chase Clark, as we mentioned, with the first 2 carries, taken over for the injured Sullivan from earlier in the year. And I had mentioned before, big threats on the outside in Briggs and Wheeler, who rank in the Western Buckeye League in receiving at both 7th and 9th, respectively.
Briggs had a good game last week against Wapakoneta. And it will be Jenkins on the. He goes up 40 to the 42-yard line and picks up the first down and more.
Usually when you're running a quarterback sneak, you're just looking to try to get, a yard or 2, pick up that first down, but there was plenty of daylight right there. We can see the defensive line. There's a hole in the defensive line, for the Rough Riders right there. Keegan Klinger is one of the leaders on that defensive line, 2nd in tackles on the Rough Rider defense.
Jenkins with a 13-yard carry on third down sets up Bath. First down and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Jenkins last week, 18 yards on the ground. There's the linebackers.
Nice job by that defensive line right there. Jordan Fisher with the stop. And Dylan Leininger also came up for that tackle. And 55 Jaden Heitkamp, something to watch on the defense, leading tackler for St. Mary's.
So a short gain on first down brings up a 2nd down and 9. 1 receiver to each side for Bath. Jenkins under center. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the near side, looking, lobs it, and it's caught by the tight end up across 5 down to the 41 of St. Mary's.
Garrett Metcalf, his 3rd catch of the year, and after setting up the run, Coach Garland was able to mix in the play action pass right there, and that worked out really well, and maybe that'll get Jenkins' confidence going. These defensive backs may be tested. Swanson, Spicer getting the start, and then Austin Tester, who we'll see on both sides of the ball.
So a 15-yard pickup gives Bath another first down. Here's a handoff to Clark. He goes off the right side. He'll pick up a couple down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. A gain of 3 on first down. So Clark having positive yards carries so far.
Something to keep an eye out. That from a personnel standpoint, quarterback Justin Howe is playing some free safety on defense. So Coach Fry is starting to play some more players both ways.
One receiver to each side for Jenkins, and a lot of movement on the defensive line there for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, take your pick right there. Both Douglas and Fisher jumped off sides for St. Mary's on the hard count. Bath going to pick up some 5 easy yards right there to give them a pretty good spot here on second down. Now it's going to be a second down in about 2.
Well, we saw this last week, Paul. Bath on their first possession against Wapakoneta moved the ball well, and from that point on they struggled.
Well, the big thing for them was they stalled once they got into the red zone, and then they gave up the big play. And that's one of the keys to the game that we mentioned in the pregame. They need to limit the big play, but they need to get some big plays themselves on offense. They didn't get that last week.
Here's the handoff to Clark. He picks up another first down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line.
Again, the straight ISO play. Got to give a lot of credit to that run blocking of the Bath offensive line.
Defensively, St. Mary's 8th in the conference, but they are 5th against the rush.
Yeah, and you kind of bring that up. It's kind of interesting. They're middle of the pack against rush, and they're 10th in the Western Buckeye League against the pass. That was another reason why we thought we might see Jenkins try to throw the ball a little bit more.
Here is Jenkins, and he's got space to run down the middle, but this play is going to be whistled dead, and they had some movement on the offense there.
That is very fortunate for the Rough Riders. He had all kinds of space in front of him. That looked like that was going to be 6. And it'd be interesting to see what kind of front they're really giving them, where he's getting through that untouched.
Second time that Jenkins has had a lot of space running it up the middle, so we'll see what kind of adjustments makes to that.
We can understand why you'd call it in the short yardage, but on that play on the first down, that's definitely coming from the box and seeing something that you like.
One receiver to each side again for Jenkins. It's over 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter. He fires it out to the right side. It's tipped, nearly picked off, and drops incomplete.
Trying just a little bit of a slant pattern right there to Wheeler, try to get him going. He was actually our player to watch last week on our broadcast, trying to get his confidence going as he was held in check by the Redskin defense.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to call his name once in that game. In fact, with the only 4 completions for Bath in that ball game, 2 to Briggs. 2 out of the 4 went to Briggs. So a second down and 15 now. Out to the left side. One caught up across the 30 to the 25 and spun down at the 24-yard line. Reception is Wheeler.
Bath trying to make a concerted point to get Wheeler kind of going here, but this is where that mistake really hurts them. It took away the potential big play on the quarterback sneak, but now instead of having a 3rd and 1, it has a 3rd and 6. And it also took them kind of out of the running game plan that they started with.
So the 10th play of the drive coming up here. Back to the side of the formation. A bit over 3 receivers on the near side of the drive to 20 to the 18-yard line. And it'll be close to a first down.
Yeah, they're going to call it a first down. And what really keyed that was the block by senior slot receiver Luke Nibble. Really collapsed, I believe, on Logan Mays to be able to set Wheeler out to be able to pick up that first down. And now they're in that red zone again, a very similar type of drive, although they're passing a little bit more than they were last week against Wapakoneta. We'll see if they're able to finish it, but they're eating up a lot of time here.
Long possession so far for Bath. They come out again with the 1 receiver to each side. Jenkins is under center on a first down from the 17. He'll take it himself. He goes up the middle in another big hole. Down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, I tried to pay attention to the front that time. It looks like the defensive tackles are playing more of an outside shade on the guards, leaving a gap, and then the inside backers are stacked behind them. So there's just a natural soft spot right there in the middle, and Bath's really trying to take advantage of that with the unconventional quarterback sneak on first down.
And that's something that St. Mary's defense is definitely going to have to address, because if it not for the penalty, he would have scored a while ago, but he's had wide open space to run each time he's attempted that.
And you got to make teams work for it harder than just the quarterback taking the ball up the middle.
Mm-hmm. So a 2nd down and 1, the ball at the 8-yard line for Bath. He'll dive on for a touchdown.
What a drive for Bath, being able to put together the complete drive and then finish it off. Looked like Hal was there to be able to make the play, but Clark was able to spin off him and then finish for pay dirt in the touchdown.
So the extra point coming up here for the Wildcats.
It should be Austin Laufa, the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually perfect coming into last week where he missed the one extra point he attempted. So he's 9 for 10 on extra points for the year.
Out of the hold of Jenkins. The kick is down, close to being blocked, but up and good. 6:06 left in the first quarter, and the Bath Wildcats put together an impressive first possession. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Well, the Bath Wildcats come into this game 1-0 here at home as they've played the majority of their games on the road. And this first possession, reminiscent of their first possession last week in Wapak, but the difference, they got into the end zone this time. 12 plays, 79 yards, covering 5 minutes and 54 seconds, and a 8-yard touchdown run by Chase Clark capped it off. And the Wildcats with a strong start to this game.
And Coach Fry wants this team to play better defense, giving up nearly 32 points a game. That's not the way they wanted to get started.
Kick is away. It'll be fielded inside the 20 at the 18-yard line, up to the 30, and knocked down there after a 12-yard return is Spicer.
And that'll bring the St. Mary's offense on, led by sophomore Dustin Howe. Been a very efficient player for the Rough Riders at quarterback, 35 for 49 on the year for an astounding 71% passing.
And Paul, I think it's been the development of Howell over the course of the season so far that has really allowed their offense to progress.
You know, they're definitely a run-first team, you know, over 300 yards a game on the ground, but, you know, Howell's averaging over 100 yards passing, which for a St. Mary's team is historically very high.
Fitzgerald with the first carry. He goes off the right side, and not a lot there. He gets a yard.
Again, the leading rusher from the Western Buckeye League is Isaac Fitzgerald. Senior, the leader of this team. Coach Fry said Isaac's like having another coach on the field. And he was their quarterback last year and a very versatile player.
Howell is under center. He is back to pass on 2nd down and 8. Rolls out to the right side. Buys himself some time. Now he's going to be buried under 3 Wildcats inside the 30 at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, and it looks like that Howell was looking for Tyler Sullivan on the side, and he was being blanketed. We already mentioned Howell at quarterback and his statistics. We had a first shot of looking at him there. On the offensive line, we have some guys being lead there that are returning starters. Zach Elsoff, Tristan Becker, and Sean Bowen.
And there was a holding call against Bath there on that 2nd down and 8 play, so we'll see how that shakes out.
And you guys can see the skilled players there for Isaac Fitzgerald, as we mentioned. Spicer had a really big game, 300 yards against Sydney in the opener. They'd like to kind of get him going again. I'm pretty sure what the hold was actually on Bath holding number 81, Tyler Sullivan here on the near side. He's kind of holding the back of his jersey, playing after bump and run coverage. So the Rough Riders thought they were staring 3rd and long, is now looking at a 2nd and about 2.
Yep. Just over 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Handoff to the right side. That's Mays. He will find some space across the 40 and up to the 43-yard line.
And Mays, getting his first carry there, has played some offense, but primarily defensive player. Talked to Coach Fry. Him and Spicer are going to share some time. On the defensive side there, again, a lot of returners there. Dylan Burkholder, kind of one of the stronger players right there, was actually a linebacker last year. Defensively, Jared Davis leads the way as one of the leading tacklers, and a couple of sophomores there with Gross and Clark.
First down for the Rough Riders at the 44-yard line on their own side of the field. Handoff. Obringer to the near side. He escapes one tackler and then is dropped as he gets across the 45 to the 47, but a flag down.
So it looks like it's going to be coming back a little bit. We're going to call a hold on St. Mary's. So a couple penalties here to start off with on both teams. And these teams are more of the penalized teams than Western Buckeye League. St. Mary's is right now 7th in penalties and Bath is 9th. And there you can see the secondary. And that is finishes our starters here for the Bath defense.
Play comes in from the sideline on the far side with 4.5 to play here first quarter.
So definitely, Coach Friday, does not want to start in a hole. His teams never want to go backwards.
Howell rolls out to the right side. Another flag comes down as Howell keeps it himself, and he'll go out of bounds near the 40-yard line on the far side. We'll see what the flag is about, but it's in that area where could be holding again. And the officials talking. No, it's going to be a false start against.
Well, it might be an illegal formation.
Excuse me.
Because they let the play go, and they threw the flag really early. I wonder if they didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage. So, Coach Fry, you got to be pretty upset right now with the execution of his offense. Going the wrong way, as it's going to be 1st and 25 now.
Yeah, they were helped out early in this possession by the penalty on Bath, but they've given all those yards back and more. Not much up the middle for Fitzgerald. He'll get back up across the 30-yard line.
And Dyson in there for Bath is Trey Terry. A lot of sophomores playing for both sides on this team.
So the Riders now facing a 2nd down and 24. Ball on their own 30-yard line as we move under 4 minutes to play first quarter. Howell will roll out. He's got pressure from behind. Just did let it go as he got drilled from the backside by Dylan Burkholder.
Yeah, Burkholder, who we mentioned there on the top, came unblocked on the backside, and he was full force coming to get Howell. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and lucky for the Rough Riders, they didn't lose more yardage.
They've got a big enough hole to climb out of now, facing a 3rd down and 24.
Yeah, this is 4th play in the drive coming up, but for -1 so far on this drive. So, for the Rough Riders, wouldn't be surprised if Coach Fry just tries to play a little field position and goes with a safer call right here.
They have one receiver wide to the right side. Howell will back, and he is going to take it under and dive across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
Well, Coach Fry did dial up the pass right there, and Howell was really looking for Mays, but he was being blanketed on the play by Clark. So that's going to bring on the punt team for Coach Fry.
Fitzgerald will stand back at his own 18-yard line to kick this one away. This Bath defense came in 6th in the conference overall, 8th against the rush, so they're playing above their ranking right now as far as defensively. Fitzgerald gets the kick away. It will hit at the 35 and be down there at the 34-yard line by the Riders. So Bath will get their offense back out onto the field.
And one of the things that we kind of mentioned, their ratings are high, but what they've tended to give up is the big play. which can inflate your ratings. Last week when we called the game, with Bath and Wapak, Bath pretty much did a pretty good job, but they'd give up that big play. And that was just enough to be able to allow the game to get away from them.
After the 32-yard punt, Bath will take over, and it'll be Clark down the near side of the field across the 40, and he'll fight his way up across the 45 to the 48-yard line. Another first down for Bath.
Well, Logan Patton really leading the way right there, kind of getting up a little bit gimpy on that one, but a strong play by the right-hand side of that Bath offensive line leads to a strong gain, running that sweep to the weak side.
13 yards on a carry by Clark. He's had a good evening so far. Lauf lines up wide to the left, and Wheeler to the right. They pitch it to Clark. He goes for the corner. He'll find it at midfield, and he'll be knocked off his feet in Rider territory at the 47-yard line.
The Wildcats had success running between the tackles. In this drive, they decided to start to attack the outside. And when you're running those toss sweeps, your fullback really is the key for you to get outside. And that time, Bo Gross was able to hook his man to allow Clark to get some yardage outside.
So Bath will come to the line of scrimmage here on a 2nd down and 5. 2 receivers wide to the right. Hand off to Clark up the middle. He finds space across the 40. He'll fall forward down to the 37-yard line, and another nice run by Chase Clark.
And right now, Bath is winning the battle up front. They are controlling the line of scrimmage. Here you can see just a straight ISO play. We call it an ISO play when the fullback is base blocking on one of the linebackers and everybody else is taking care of the front lineman. So it's really a lineup. Let's see if my man can block your man. And right now, Bath is being successful.
First down and 10 for Bath. They pitch it to the right, and this time it'll be Burkholder. He'll get stopped short of the line of scrimmage, a loss of 2 on the play.
Heitkamp's going to get credit for that tackle, but that was really Mays coming up from the secondary that really disrupted that play and forced him to cut it inside.
High school football on Game Face Ohio is brought to you in part by TSC, Telecommunications, Service, and Community. Just over a minute to play here in the first quarter. 3 receivers wide to the left for Bath. And Jenkins will work out of a shotgun. He has Bo Gross back there with him on his left hip. They lob it out to Wheeler on the left side. He gets a nice block. He's up across the 35, and he'll be piled on right about the 35-yard line.
And that's the 3rd time they've run that bunch formation and just run a little quick screen. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to outnumber you right there. And the Rough Riders, if they don't commit 3 guys out there, Bath's going to continue to try to run that play. However, the Rough Riders did kind of keep that to a short yardage gain as it brings up a 3rd and 8.
Ball at the Riders' 35-yard line. Jenkins again with the 3 receivers to choose from on his right side. He fires it, and it is going to be picked off by Spicer at the 21-yard line. So the defense for St. Mary's comes up big with 10 seconds left in the first.
And that's a big turnover because Bath has been controlling this game so far, and that's the first really breath of life that the Rough Riders have shown. Rolling to his right there was Jenkins, and just stepping right in front of the intended receiver was Spicer with a tremendous play right there. I was about to mention that Jenkins had already matched his completion with 4 from the previous week.
So Spicer, after the interception, will go the opposite way, and he carries it across the 25 to the 27-yard line, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter here at Bath Stadium. The Wildcats controlling the time of possession in the first quarter. They lead 7-0. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
For over 100 years, the Stolly Insurance Team has been looking out for you.
We have access to major insurance companies all over the country. And together, we can customize an insurance program that will offer you the best coverage for the best premiums.
Let us look out for you. Give us a call for a personalized proposal today.
Proudly featuring Motorist Insurance, Stolly Insurance in Lima, Walpock, Salina, and Lakeview. Representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies. Stolly Insurance.
Back here for the start of the second quarter at Bath Stadium. And the Wildcat offense may have been dealt a blow as Trey Wheeler came off the field.
Actually, I think that's is that number 8, Luke Nettle instead?
It's hard to tell. All right. I think you're right, Paul. It is Nebel. And up the middle is Fitzgerald on this second down play. He'll get across the 30 to the 35-yard line. And there you can see our broadcast schedule for our Game Face Ohio ball games. Well, this is the feature ball game here tonight. It'll air later this evening at 11 p.m. And then don't forget to catch our bonus game on Sunday. Our bonus game will be a good one this week, Paul.
Yeah, well, Walpock at Salina, the last 2 years we've called that game, and it's been a dandy. Come down to the final minute in both games. I'm sure it's going to be an exciting one, battle towards the top of the Western Buckeye League.
Flag comes down on the first down carry by Obringer. And we'll see what, and looks like an illegal block against St. Mary's. So they've not had a good night.
Now, Coach Fry wants an explanation. It's a chop block is what they're calling. You're not allowed to block below the waist except for off the initial snap of the ball. And you can't even do that if the player is engaged with somebody else. So didn't see exactly what it was, but that's a big one. That's a 15-yard penalty. Because it's really, about protecting the needs of these young men.
Mm-hmm. Well, St. Mary's only held the ball for 3 minutes and 24 seconds in the first quarter.
Yeah, and that's their fourth penalty for 35 yards. So they've all been in the big variety. And in a quick-moving game like this, where this is only their second possession of the game, you can't really afford to be going backwards.
The handoff will go up the middle. It'll be Fitzgerald across the 25 to the 30-yard line. So gets back a big chunk of that yardage.
Yeah, classic wing T trap right there. You got to credit Howell actually on that with carry on his fakes the last 2 times. There was more than one person that was kind of thinking he still had the football.
So that'll bring up a second down and 15. So the Riders still have a ways to go. Howell will pass, fires it over the middle. It's caught by the big tight end up near the 40-yard line at the 39. Hauling that one in was Quinzar.
Quinzar, this is 7th catch on the year for the big 6'5" senior, who was also last year first-team WBL tight end for the Rough Riders. After that 15-yard penalty, you got to be somewhat pleased that you've got it this close on the 3rd and 7.
So the Riders will come to the line of scrimmage. Howell will hand it off. It'll be Mays to the near side, and that play sniffed out by the Bath defense as Trey Wheeler will bring him down for a loss.
Now Wheeler was right there. He maintained his outside leverage and really tried to force the play to run back inside. Mays chose not to and tried to go outside. And he was dead to rights there to Wheeler, and that is a big 3rd down stop. You can see right here, playing to the outside, probably the play was to cut to the middle, but there was flow and penetration there as well.
So Fitzgerald will be out to kick it away for the second time tonight. It'll be fielded by Wheeler at the 25. He calls for the fair catch. So a good series for the Bath Wildcat defense, and it gives their offense back the ball. And so far, Paul, maybe the best thing that Bath has done has been to keep this St. Mary's offense off the field.
Well, they've done it in a variety of different ways. I mean, really, they've had 2 very successful drives in moving it in terms of field position, scoring the first time, then, the turnover. The Rough Riders were unable to capitalize on that last possession. But the Wildcat defense may be a little bit maligned, but I think they're a little bit better than their stats show.
34-yard punt by Fitzgerald. Here's a handoff to the fullback. And up the middle of the field is Bo Gross.
Now, Bo Gross usually kind of gets, a handful of carries a game. Only averages 3 yards a carry. When we saw last week, he'd only get about 1 or 2. That keeps the defense honest. You can't just totally key in on that tailback.
Mm-hmm. Gain of 4 on first down. And Bath has been very productive moving the ball. Here's the pitch. It'll be Clark. He's looking for the corner. He's going to be hemmed in and dropped for a loss. There's a little more information about when you can view our games, our feature game. The night of the game, as we said, at 11, and then be able to catch us again on Sunday morning leading into NFL coverage on Fox Lima.
And also online, Game Face Ohio not only has full broadcast, but our production crew puts together a nice highlight package of most games as well.
Mm-hmm. Jenkins will work out of the shotgun here. High snap, but he hauls it in and fires it out to the right side behind his intended receiver, incomplete. It would have been close to a first down if he was able to connect. As it sits, it's a 4th down and 7.
So the Rough Riders defense is able to answer the bell with a 3 and out.
So that'll put Bath in a punt situation, and Loff will be out there to kick it away. He will stand at his own 15-yard line. There's the snap. Kick is away. Not a great kick. It will hit inside Bath territory at the 49-yard line, and that's where it'll be covered.
And not a real good kick. And if you remember last week, one of the turning points of the game was the blocked punt.
Mm-hmm.
And, that still looked a little bit slow there, but the Rough Riders didn't come too close. Irregardless, the short punt leads to great field position to start here for the Rough Riders.
Just 19 yards on that kick by Lauf, and now St. Mary's set up to start this possession. It'll be Fitzgerald up the middle of the field, still on his feet as he gets across the 40. He's upended at the 34-yard line.
Third time they've run that trap play for Fitzgerald and had all kinds of success being able to run the play right there. Fitzgerald does a great job feeling his blockers and just kind of leans to the outside before cutting back to the inside. You really got to hug your pulling guard really tight when you're running that trap.
I've always said that. 15 yards on the carry. Puts the ball at the 34-yard line.
But we don't mean really hugging them.
Oh, okay, sorry. Under 8 minutes to play here in the half. It'll be Fitzgerald again, and he bowls his way inside the 25 down to the 21.
And there's the trap again, just ran it the other way that time. So the Rough Riders really got a little momentum going here. Great field position after the 3 and out, and then 2 very successful trap plays have gotten them knocking on the door of the 20-yard line.
So a 15-yard run by Fitzgerald on the last carry, and now 13 more. And a timeout going to be taken, and I believe this one was taken by Bath. 7:49 remaining here in the half. And the Bath Wildcats with a 7-0 lead. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
After the timeout, the Bath Wildcats facing, the Rough Riders facing a 1st and 10 here at their Bath Wildcat 21-yard line.
And you don't see that a lot in football. There's a timeout to try to stop momentum. You see that more in basketball,
mm-hmm.
Trying to stop momentum. But that was kind of Bath really trying to take a breath right there.
That was Obringer on the carry as we give you more information about where you can catch the bonus game. And this week it'll be Wapakoneta and Salina. And you can watch that one coming up on Sunday.
And our bonus games have been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, last week it was that overtime Elida St. Mary's game.
It'll be Fitzgerald up the middle of the field. He's going to get down inside the 15 to around the 13-yard line.
So, but this is right where Doug Fry offenses want to be. 3rd and short, and you know they have all plays in their playbook at their disposal.
3rd and yard to go. A lot of times we see Howell keep it in this situation. He is under center here on a 3rd and 1. This time it'll be Fitzgerald off the right side, and he'll find some space down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, that's actually the wing T equivalent of an ISO play. In this case, the fullback actually carries the ball, and the halfback leads up as the lead blocker.
So it'll be 1st and goal for the Rough Riders as they try and answer a first quarter touchdown from Bath. Hal is under center. Obringer out to the right, handoff Fitzgerald. He'll hit the pile, and he'll be stood up at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job really stacking up by the defensive line of Bath.
So about a yard on the carry there for Fitzgerald.
Got to really credit nose guard Kyle Lehman, the junior, for really starting up that big pile.
2nd down and goal from the 7. Obringer and Fitzgerald in the backfield. It'll be Obringer. Good on the left side. He's going to be tripped up in the backfield. He'll fall forward across the 5 to the 4-yard line. And a 3rd down and goal coming up.
And the Rough Riders got to be careful a little bit. Aaron Alexander, the pulling guard on that, was in the gray area on possibly even being called for blocking below the waist again. So something they have to kind of look out for. You definitely don't want to go backward when you're this close.
8th play of the drive coming up here. Spicer and Fitzgerald in the backfield. And the pass over the center of the field, incomplete. He was looking for the tight end over the middle, trying to connect again with Czar, but the pass a little bit too quick.
Yeah, same play they ran before, what we used to call a pop pass, where your play action pass, try to draw those linebackers in, then try to hit the tight end right behind them. But you know that missed opportunity is going to result in a 4th down, and Coach Fry electing to go for it as opposed to opting for a field goal.
Mm-hmm. 4th down and goal from the 4-yard line.
So a key moment here early in the ballgame, Dan.
Obringer and Fitzgerald behind Howell under center. And Howell with the ball. He changes course. He's going to try to find the corner on the other side of the field, and he bowls his way in. Touchdown.
Tremendous individual play by Howell, making something out of nothing. Tyler Shobe was right there to blow the play up, and Howell goes off script, goes around the other side as opposed to following through with the play, and is able to make it to pay dirt for the Rough Riders, who now get on the scoreboard.
So the extra point attempt coming up. Troglin will attempt it, the left footer. Out of the hold of Fitzgerald. The kick is up, and we are tied. 5:24 left in the half. 7-7 ball game here in Bath. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
We are state of the art.
We are professional.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great day. We are service you can trust.
We are here for you.
With custom fabrication, a variety of roofing options, and exceptional roofing knowledge and expertise, Frost Roofing is committed to providing top-notch quality service on every project. To learn more, visit us online at frost-roofing.com and follow us on social media.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
7-7 tie here in Bath in this WBL contest. Kick is away. It'll be fielded inside the 5 by Bath. And the return out to the 19-yard line. So that's where Bath will get the ball back for their next possession. And we saw a lot of production on their first possession, Paul, but their offense has been a little bit stagnant since then.
Yeah, they had another nice drive and then a turnover, and then they had a 3-and-out. So we'll see what they have here. Obviously, St. Mary's, beneficiary of a great field position that last drive, and then an incredible play by Dustin Howe with his 4th touchdown run of the year for the sophomore to get back to even for the Rough Riders with the Wildcats.
They were set up at the 49-yard line of Bath, a 9-play drive, 2 minutes and 52 seconds to get into the end zone. And it happened on a 4th and 4. Jenkins escapes some trouble and goes up the middle. He'll gain a couple of yards, but that looked like disaster for Bath early on.
Yeah, Logan Mays coming on the blitz, totally unblocked from the side. The one positive thing for Jenkins is he saw him right away, so he was able to go up and make something out of nothing to get a couple yards, what could have been a sure sack.
So it'll end up being a 2nd down and 8.
And, you know, you really, sometimes you have to create offense from your defense. And if the Rough Riders are able to get a 3-and-out again, that will set up their offense perfectly again.
Jenkins will roll out to the near side, looking downfield. Good coverage, but then his receiver Wheeler got behind the defensive back and gets across midfield to the 49-yard line. Nice catch by Wheeler.
Nice improvisation right there, too. Spicer was right there on the comeback route, was what they really wanted. However, when it wasn't there, he stopped and started to go backwards, and Spicer kind of slipped a little bit. And, you know, he was able to get behind Spicer for a 29-yard gain, and the Wildcats really needed that.
Mm-hmm. Good coverage up until the very end of that play because Jenkins was looking for a long time without any openings. Wheeler will go in motion across the backfield to the far side of the field. Jenkins will hand it off to Clark off the right side. He picks up a few down to the 46-yard line.
And you know what I think picking up that first down will do is I think it'll allow Bath to get back into, hey, we ran the ball really well. Let's get back to running the ball. And, you know, ever since the interception was thrown, you know, their game plan got kind of thrown off a little bit. Sometimes as a coach, you know, if something that you that you wanted to do didn't work correctly, sometimes you might overthink and try something else when really what you should be doing is, what are we good at? Let's get back to the run.
2 receivers to the right on a 2nd down and 8. It'll be Clark again. Nifty move at the line of scrimmage, and he'll find positive yards inside the 45 to the 43.
Yeah, nice juke there to get away from leading tackler Heitkamp for St. Mary's by Clark. Nifty little move that could have been a short yard gain. Now brings up a 3rd and about 2 for the Wildcats, which is very manageable. And giving the field position could be 4 down territory.
Right, they marked that down at the 41-yard line. So under 3 minutes to play in the half here. Bath won the toss and took the ball to start the game. So they would like to get into the end zone again before the end of the half here. It'll be Clark up the middle. And he got close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's going to be a little bit short. Nope.
I disagree with you, Dan. I'm pretty sure that's first down with 4 progress. Now, he got stuck and pushed backwards, but he did get far enough, and unfortunately I didn't get the number of that tackle, but that is a great form tackle by whoever that was for the Rough Riders.
So they spotted at the 39 and a first down for Bath.
And the clock's running. Bath really dominating time of possession, although, you know, the Rough Riders did catch up that last possession.
Pitch to Clark. He comes to the near side, finds a hole. He's going to get down inside the 35 as the flag comes down at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, and I think they're going to get a 5-yard variety of face mask right there. You know, high school still does have the incidental 5-yard penalty, and it looks like that's what they're going to do is tack on 5 extra yards on the end run. Here we're going to go to that play before on the first down. Really nice stop right there by, I believe that's Logan Mays. Just a tremendous hit. And I tell you what, you know, if you look at that, it might have been a generous spot, Dan.
I don't like to argue with you, Paul. Paul's.
Well, as soon as the truck gets the yellow line out there, we'll know for sure.
Ball at the 28-yard line. First down and 10 again for Bath. This is another pitch to Clark. He will find a corner. Oh, and that's not a 5-yard variety face mask. That was ugly.
Yeah, Douglas, nothing but face mask right there. And, an easy call as 3 flags come out on that one.
So that'll be a 15-yard variety face mask.
Oh, man. That is a definitely player safety issue. And, sometimes you just try to make a play and grab what you can. And I'm sure that's what that young man tried to do. And unfortunately, it got into the face mask. But if you do that, you kind of got to let go. Serious injuries could result from that.
Mm-hmm. Man, it comes at a critical spot in this drive because it puts Bath 15 yards closer. They're now down inside the 15-yard line. 2 minutes to play in the half.
And that's the 6th penalty of the game for St. Mary's for over 56 yards.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they'll discuss that at halftime?
It may come up.
Jenkins will be under center. He is back to pass. Lobs it out right side and incomplete on the first down.
Looks like that was intended for Burkholder out in the flats. He only has 1 catch on the year. Bath obviously had a lot of success on the ground. Coach wants to kind of mix it up a little bit, but comes up empty right there.
Here you see another glance at it from the backside there.
Even if caught, it would have been a minimal gain.
Mm-hmm.
Jenkins now 5 for 9 passing.
So it'll bring up a second down and 10. Ball at the St. Mary's 14-yard line. Pitch to Clark. He has been successful out of this formation, and another flag comes down as he goes across the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, this one's going to come back. This one's on Bath. A very helpful flag for the Rough Rider defense as something to slow down this Bath offense that's really controlling the line of scrimmage against them this drive.
Well, that pitch play has been positive for Bath all night.
Well, the Rough Riders appear to be blitzing their backers a lot. And if they're not making the play, there's a soft area that they're able to get to right away.
Mm-hmm. Well, a minute 30 remaining in the half. It's now a second down and 19. The ball at the 23-yard line. Jenkins fakes the handoff. He's back to pass. Fires it left side. Looking for Wheeler, but there must have been some miscommunication there on the route that Wheeler was supposed to take.
Yeah, Wheeler ended up breaking off his route into a post pattern, and Jenkins threw it like he thought he was going to be running a go pattern on the sidelines. After running the ball pretty well between the penalty, and then complete pass, now it's a 3rd and 19, and you're not really in field goal range. We don't have Austin Luff with any field goal attempts on the year.
So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 19 now. 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining. 3 receivers to the right for Bath. Jenkins lobs it toward the end zone right side, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown.
And just a simple out of trips, the middle slot receiver just runs a go pattern, is able to get behind Swanson, and a big answer touchdown for the Wildcats as they retake the lead.
And I believe that was
Luke Nebel.
Yeah. So he left the game earlier with an injury, but he's back.
And luckily for the Wildcats, he did come back.
Mm-hmm.
That's his first touchdown on the year.
That was actually number 6, Corey Briggs.
Was that Corey Briggs?
Yeah.
Or, we might have to complain to the athletic director for their
Yeah, we need to talk. Extra point is up, and it is good. So the Bath Wildcats put together a nice drive to end the half. Well, a minute and 11 seconds remaining in our half. You're watching high school football on Game Face.
Minster Bank is celebrating 100 years of serving our local communities.
We are proud of our past and we look forward to a promising future.
Thanks for the opportunity to help our local businesses grow.
Thanks for letting us serve you past banking hours.
Thanks for letting us serve you and getting to know you personally.
Through our private wealth management department, we provide trusted investment advice.
Minster Bank's success and longevity is truly a testament to the communities and the customers that we serve.
Thanks for 100.
TSC can save you money.
How?
TSC can save you money with Emerge.
What's Emerge?
The Emerge bundle plan. TSC will merge your phone, cable TV, and internet into one nice, neat package to save you money.
How much money?
A boatload. The Emerge bundle plan, only from TSC.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
1 minute and 11 seconds remaining here in the first half, and the Bath Wildcats put together a 9-play, 80-yard drive covering 4 minutes and 7 seconds. And here's the return on the ensuing kickoff. St. Mary's will start at their own 32-yard line. 23-yard pass from Jenkins to Briggs to cap that drive, Paul, and that was a well-orchestrated drive.
Well, I'm not sure if it was well-orchestrated, but it's very successful. You know, it's very herky-jerky. It's very herky-jerky with, you know, the penalties on both teams. Hasn't been a real clean game with a lot of penalties, but they were able to overcome that with a 3rd and 19 conversion for a touchdown. Now here, Coach Fry going to depend on the fling part of his wing and fling here with 1 minute left here in the game.
Howell getting pressure. He tries to connect with Fitzgerald, and that pass broken up. Now, if you're looking at our graphic there, it shows no time remaining, but that's because our clock cam was disrupted by the numerous band members that are down on the track right now.
Yeah, there's a little jostlation going on there, but there's 1:02 left here. So plenty of time. They have all their timeouts left, but they do need to be able to show that they can move the ball and pick up a first down. You know, St. Mary's really had that one good drive, and really that's about it. Only 5 first downs so far for the game.
1:02 remaining in the game. Howell fakes the handoff to Fitzgerald and then hands it off to Tester, who goes off the left side, and he'll pick up positive yards to the 36.
Yeah, and Tester's one of those guys that does play a little bit two ways, a full-time defensive guy, gets some touches on offense, and he's a home run hitter for the Rough Riders. He's one of the guy that had that kickoff return for a touchdown last week.
So 35 seconds remaining in the half as Howell takes the snap for the shotgun, and a flag comes down on the far side of the field.
Looks like it's going to be offsides on Bath, and they pointed actually to a cornerback, which is unusual. According to Ryan Kalb, defensive back, sophomore for Bath, kind of doesn't and it's difficult to believe, but he's in press coverage right now, and he's over the line.
Howell takes the snap on a 3rd and 1, looking deep down the center of the field, to the left of the field, and it's incomplete. He overthrew his intended receiver, Mays, by about 10 yards.
And 3 was guarding 3 right there, and I think Bath was a little fortunate. It seemed like he had his hands on him early on in that route and disrupted the timing just enough.
So now a 4th and 1 with 23 seconds left in the second quarter. Bath with a 14-7 edge. And it looks like Fitzgerald is out there to kick it away.
Bath in a punt safe, looking for the fake, and there it is.
And it will be successful, it looks like, as the snap went directly to number 19, Nathan Wilker.
And Nathan Wilker, the basketball standout for the Rough Riders. Even though they were in a punt safe and kind of had their ears open, it was a short enough to gain for the first down that the Rough Riders were able to convert. Still not very much time left.
Right, they only have 13 seconds left. And Howell will work out of the shotgun here. And a timeout going to be taken by Bath with 9 seconds left in the half. That's an interesting call.
Well, it's interesting. Coach Fryer wanted the timeout too. Taken by surprise a little bit that the clock, after the first down and the ball got set, they restarted the clock. So it was running under 9 seconds. Both coaches wanted to talk to their teams and call timeout. Really, at this case, it didn't really matter who was calling it. The Rough Riders still have all 3 of their timeouts, but with 9 seconds left, more than likely just going to be able to get 2 plays.
High school football on Game Face Ohio is brought to you in part by Minster Bank, financial solutions for a lifetime. They're now celebrating 100 years with branch locations in St. Mary's, Wapakoneta, Minster, New Bremen, Sydney, and Troy. So 9 seconds left here in the half.
And Coach Fry's got a lot of bag of tricks to choose from. He could go the lonesome polecat formation. We've seen him run hook and ladders, double passes in the past. Lots of stuff that he can do.
Powell will work out of the shotgun. Fitzgerald lines up all the way out here to the right. Powell looking the other way. Now he's going to pull it down. He will run it with 5 seconds left. Tries to get to the sideline, and he'll go out of bounds with just 1 second left on the clock.
And a collective groan goes up with the Bath sideline, hoping that the clock would run out. Rough Riders hustle back up the line. Not really necessary because the clock has stopped, but they're going lonesome polecat formation.
Powell from the shotgun. He's got pressure, escapes it at the 35, gets more pressure, and he's going to be brought down. A flag comes down as well, and that should be the final play of the half.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a hold, which Bath will decline and be very happy to go to the locker room up 14-7.
So Bath with the lead as we go to the break, and we'll be back with the halftime show coming up. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Halftime here at Bath Stadium, and the Wildcats on top of the Rough Riders by a score of 14-7. As we take a look at the scoring summary from the first half, the Bath Wildcats got things started at the 6:06 mark in the first quarter after a 12-play, 79-yard drive. This 8-yard run by Chase Clark ended the drive with a touchdown. That drive took 5 minutes and 54 seconds off the clock. St. Mary's was able to answer in the second quarter with a 9-play, 49-yard drive of their own on a nifty run by Dustin Howell on a 4th down and goal from the 4-yard line. He runs it in and gets St. Mary's on the board to even things up. That drive took 2 minutes and 52 seconds. And then Bath put together a 4-minute and 7-second drive in the late stages of the second quarter. A 9-play, 80-yard drive that ended with this 23-yard touchdown pass from Cam Jenkins to Briggs to put Bath on top 14-7, and that's the way it went to the locker room. So a good half for Bath as they kind of bookended that half with a strong first possession and a strong last possession as we take a look at halftime statistics here, Paul.
Yes, we'll look at the halftime statistics right now. The one really eye-popping thing that comes to you is the time of possession. Bath really controlling things there. Some late flurry there passing for Bath has kind of led to a total yardage advantage, but on the ground been pretty even. But for the most part, Bath been controlling with the first downs. Looking to individual, you have Isaac Fitzgerald with 58 yards on the ground for the Rough Riders. Howell right now only 1 for 8 passing. That one pass to Quinn Czar. For the Wildcats, Clark leads away with 67 yards on the ground. Jenkins is 6 for 11 passing for 87 yards and a touchdown and an interception. Trey Wheeler is #1 target with 4 catches for 49 yards.
So now it's time to step into Sadler's schoolhouse where Paul gets a chance to break a play down for us. And Coach Sadler, we're going to be looking at an ISO play that Bath has had some success with here tonight in this first half.
Yeah, this one they're running out of a power I. One of the things that they're doing is they're committing what's called an X block with Blake McGue and Tyler Shobe, 56 and number 60. If we back this up just a little bit, you'll see the guys just to your left of the screen X off each other. So number 60 right there, Shobe blocks down, and then McGue's able to kick out, and that allows the fullbacks up the middle to be able to isolate block on the linebackers. Not the biggest play in the world for them, but you see Clark able to read off those cuts and get some good yardage, which they've been pretty consistent on doing all night long.
So the Bath Wildcats have run the ball well here tonight and controlled the clock, and that has led to their 14-7 halftime lead. We'll take a break here. When we come back, the start of the second half. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
For over 100 years, the Stolly Insurance Team has been looking out for you.
We have access to major insurance companies all over the country. But together, we can customize an insurance program that will offer you the best coverage for the best premiums.
Let us look out for you. Give us a call for a personalized proposal today.
Proudly featuring Motorist Insurance, Stolly Insurance in Lima, Walpock, Salina, and Lakeview. Representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies. Stolly Insurance.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Back here for the start of the second half, the Bath Wildcats received the ball to start the game, so St. Mary's will get an opportunity to start the second half with the ball. And they have some things to accomplish offensively, Paul.
Yeah, St. Mary's, with the exception of one really good drive, has been really plagued by penalties. Both teams had a lot, but St. Mary's had a lot more costlier ones. 6 for 56 yards. Bath had 4 for 25 yards, so they didn't play a very clean game either. But the Rough Riders really need to not hurt themselves and can start off by getting a good return right here.
Loft kicks it away. It's a shortish kick, fielded at the 10. And a nice return up across the 30-yard line to the 40 and across the 45 to the 46. And Tester sets up St. Mary's with a fantastic field position.
Again, Tester had the big 93-yard kickoff return for a touchdown in the fourth quarter last week against Elida. Bath has, for the first time, they decided to kick the ball deep. Earlier, they were just kicking the ball kind of short to try to get the ball away from Tester.
Well, St. Mary's started with great field position on their lone scoring drive of the night. And they start with great field position 2 here as Spicer takes the first carry across midfield to the 48.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Dan. The one scoring possession that St. Mary's had, they did start on the 49-yard line, and again right here, right around midfield. So, Coach Fry's got to be excited with the start and little burst of excitement that he got from special teams.
Howell under center on a 2nd down and 5. Here's the handoff. Obringer will take it around the left end. And he's going to be stacked up as he gets to the 45-yard line, about 2 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, running that sweep right there, and the Rough Riders got a little extra pop in their step. Must have had a really good adjustment talking session at halftime.
I think it was talking. Might have been some talking.
Coming out in double tight ends, full house backfield. 3rd
down and 2 here. Handoff, and off the right side is Fitzgerald. He'll pick up the first down. But you're right, they're definitely a little more bounce in the step of this offense.
Yeah, and kind of getting back to basics. Running traditional wing T stuff out of the full house backfield and doing it once again. Basically lining up and just let's play some football.
1st down and 10. Handoff up the middle. Fitzgerald will get knocked off his feet as he dives across the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, the trap has been the one play that they've had consistent success on. Once again, good run right there for Fitzgerald.
I think that was Gross that took his feet out from under him. But we've made some mistakes on the numbers tonight. Howell with the handoff to Fitzgerald again. He goes off the left side this time. He'll be close to the first down, near the 31.
So the Rough Riders only 2 for 6 on third down conversions, but they have made up for that for being 2 for 2 on fourth down conversions. But definitely, this third and this short, look for a little conversion here. And again, wouldn't be surprised if a little quarterback sneak.
Yeah, they haven't had a third down attempt that has been this short as Howell goes off the right for the first down up to the 30-yard line. So St. Mary's coming out and moving the ball right down the field on their first possession of the half.
Yeah, and traditional Doug Fry football right here, where 2 runs sets up a third and short, then you pick up the first down, get a new set of downs.
And they are getting up to the line of scrimmage quickly.
In the same formation every play of this drive so far.
Here's the handoff to the right side. Oh, and plastered as he got to the corner. I believe that was...
that's Bo Kenning, the freshman.
Kenning, yeah.
With the carry. I think that's his first carry since the Sydney game.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn Czar, the tight end, with a big hook block on that one to be able to, get that edge.
He got welcomed back to the game of football on that play. Here's the handoff to Fitzgerald up the middle of the field, gets through the initial line and powers his way down to the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Again, the WBL leading rusher makes his living running between the guards. Usually you talk about people running between the tackles, but this fullback runs between the guards on trap plays and dive plays and is extraordinarily successful at doing it.
They'll spot that ball at the 11-yard line. Here is Spicer around the right side. He's going to get into the end zone, touchdown.
And you could not have scripted that any better for the Rough Riders, answering the bell here to start the second half. Spicer with only his 4th touchdown of the year after starting a World of Fire. And the Rough Riders with a little extra pep in their step and a very excited Rough Rider sideline as they get an opportunity with an extra point away from tying this ball game.
So Troglin will be out there to kick up. Out of the hold of Fitzgerald. There's the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. And it is good. We are back to even with 9:17 left in the third quarter. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Quarter, and the Rough Riders will kick it away following a touchdown drive in their opening possession of the second half. Wheeler will field it inside the 5. He's back across the 15, and he's going to be stopped short of the 20-yard line. And so Bath will have not nearly as good a field position to start their first possession of the second half as the Rough Riders did on their opening possession. They took it 53 yards on 9 plays in 2 minutes and 37 seconds, and Spicer took it in from 11 yards out to tie things up here in Bath.
Yeah, what really got that going was the nice return by Austin Tester that got them the ball near midfield. Now, their 2 scoring drives have been, when they've started around the 50-yard line. Bath, however, their 2 scoring drives have been longer drives with poorer field position.
Yep. And they will have poor field position to start this drive at their own 19-yard line. Man in motion across the backfield will take the handoff. It's Clark. And he will get up across the 25-yard line.
The first time we've seen that play right there. Out of the shotgun, run the jet sweep to Clark. Another way to get him the ball. Had a pretty successful first half. And Bath desperately needs a answer score, or at least an answer good drive to flip the field position.
Well, they will have 2 receivers, make it 3 as Clark lines up in his slot on the right side.
Same formation.
And Jenkins will work out of the shotgun, takes it himself. He is upended in the backfield. He stumbles up toward the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard on the play, but he was met deep in the backfield by Douglas.
Yeah, quite frankly, I thought that could have been a holding call on Patton on Douglas. But no call right there, but the rest of the Rough Rider defense was able to make up for that. Sets up a crucial 3rd and 2 here, and a lot of momentum can swing depending on the outcome of this play.
High formation behind Jenkins under center with 2 receivers to his right. Hand off to Clark. He looks for the corner on the right side. He's hit as he gets to the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward to the 30, and he looks like he's got the first down.
Just enough. I thought he took a little bit of a chance bouncing that to the outside as opposed to sticking his nose in between the tackles where that's been hitting at. It did work out for him. The chains has moved, and Bath gets a new fresh set of downs.
Clark's had a good night. They've gone to him a lot.
Clark actually coming out and getting a little break, putting Burkholder in. Burkholder got a lot of carries right at the end of the game last week, including the sole touchdown scored for the Wildcats.
2 receivers out to the left side. Jenkins with the I formation. First down and 10, and the pitch will go to Burkholder. And he's looking for the corner. He's hit in the backfield, and he's going to be stopped a yard short of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Heitkamp with the tackle right there coming from his linebacker spot. Whoever was responsible for him wasn't able to come up and get him as Heitkamp was able to step up and fill that hole and make the play right at the line of scrimmage.
So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. They'll spot the ball right back at the line of scrimmage. So he did get back to the line anyway. Same formation here. They flip it around and have the 2 receivers out to the right. Jenkins back to pass, fires it right side, and it's caught at the 36. And a nice move up to the 39-yard line. I believe that was Wheeler on the reception, and it was.
Wheeler, the favorite target so far of Jenkins, going to be just short of the first down. Nice little, trend breaker right there on the stop route with twins out to the outside. Both of them ran little hitches, and the coverage was a little bit softer on the outside, so Jenkins made the throw and sets up this 3rd and short.
So Bath will come to the line on a 3rd down and 1. They are 5 out of 7 on 3rd down here tonight. And motion on the line of scrimmage, and it looks like St. Mary's jumped across.
Yeah, 2nd time this game they've been able to get the Rough Riders on a hard count. And that time it's going to move the chains for an easy 3rd down conversion for the Wildcats.
Well, there's lots of ways to connect with Game Face Ohio. And we'll talk about those after this next play. 1st down and 10. Or we can talk about it now, Paul. Let's talk about it now. There's Facebook and Twitter. A couple of my favorite ways to connect with Game Face Ohio. Jenkins back to pass. He will roll out to the right now. Stops, fires it deep down the right side, looking for Wheeler, and it goes off his hands and out of bounds.
Well, the first time they've ever been in the I formation where they've looked to pass out of it, the one trend break was they split Briggs out as opposed to a double tight end set. He was not open initially. Then he actually broke open right when Jenkins started to roll to his right. By the time he got outside the pocket and tried to throw to him, was not quite as open as he was a little bit earlier. So good coverage there by Spicer. Now with this formation, we've seen the tendency to throw the little quick pass to Wheeler. We'll see if they'll continue to do that.
2nd down and 10 now for Bath as they look to the sideline for the play. Jenkins out of the shotgun, has a back on his left hip. They do lob it out to Wheeler on the near side. He's got room across midfield to the 45 and knocked down finally as he gets to the 41-yard line. So that was more productive than some of the other times they've run that play, and it picks up a 1st down here.
Well, if the Rough Riders don't adjust to that, they have 3 receivers out there. They only have 1 that's kind of close, so they have 2 guys that are able to block him, and then they are depending on coverage deep over the top, but he can't come there and defend that screen quickly enough.
15 yards on that pass completion, and they run the same formation here.
See, they got one guy up, and then they got two guys back, but you got three guys right now. And there's offsides of the Rough Riders again. Remember, the difference in high school, you don't get a chance to get back. If you break that plane, it's an automatic dead ball, offsides penalty.
So the Rough Riders continue to shoot themselves in the foot with the penalties here tonight. They've already given Bath 1 first down on a penalty on this drive.
Remember, 9 penalties already on this game for the Rough Riders.
Same formation here. Gross in the backfield on the right hip of Jenkins. And the 3 wideouts in the bunch over there on the right.
They are bringing Tester just a little bit closer now.
It'll be Jenkins on the carry, and he finds some space over to the right side. Looks like he's going to be short of the first down. So a second down coming up for Bath. And there you see the information about GameFaceOhio.com. Our full broadcasts of our ball games are available on there, and you can go back a couple of years on those broadcasts to see some of the great games that we've had. Of course, game highlights, our upcoming schedule, and links to game recaps. All available at GameFaceOhio.com.
So if you miss listening to the voice of Dan Hearn, you have many chances to be able to hear him.
Right. Jenkins is back to pass. He will fire it out to the right. Wheeler with the reception inside the 20. He's going to go down at the 18-yard line.
I'll tell you what, if I was the Bath Wildcats, you have 2 things that are really working for you. You know, you're running the ball out of the I formation, but right now when you're in trips formation, the Rough Riders are having a tough time covering all 3 guys out there.
Well, 15-yard completion there to Wheeler.
And Bath with a lot of balance, now over 100 yards with rushing and passing on the game.
So first down and 10 at the St. Mary's 17-yard line. Man in motion across the backfield. Jenkins brings it to the near side. He turns the corner, and he will find his way up to about the 10. So a 7-yard pickup for Jenkins on first down.
Well, so far this has been a great answer drive for Bath. You know, it remains to be seen if they'll be able to finish this off yet or not. But starting back at their own 20, you know, they've marched the ball a long time, they possessed the ball a long time this drive. And Coach Garland's going to be very happy with the response after giving up that quick touchdown at the beginning of this half.
This is the 11th play of the drive coming up for the Wildcats. Wheeler out to the right, Briggs to the left, I formation behind Jenkins, and it'll be Clark on the carry up the middle. He dives through and will be close to another Bath first down near the 5-yard line. And it will be a first down. First down and goal coming up for Bath. There's another situation, Paul, where after he got through or over the line of scrimmage, he had space, and I think if he would have been able to keep his feet, we might be talking about a touchdown right here.
Well, the linebackers for St. Mary's are really coming up quickly, and it's a risky proposition. If you get there, you make the play at the line, then there's nothing. However, if you miss it, there's going to be that natural gap that you're going to have to wait for someone to come from a different level to protect that space.
Handoff left side, flags come down as Clark goes down at the 5-yard line.
Logan Mays with a nice job coming up from the outside linebacker spot to make that play.
Well, we'll see what the flag is about. It was dropped over here on the near side of the field. And his first down and goal play.
So it might be a legal formation once again on Bath. If you remember last time they were down here at the end of the second quarter, they also went backwards with the penalty and actually did score on a 3rd and 19. This one only a 5-yard variety, but still you don't want to have a first and goal from the 12.
Right. Under 2.5 minutes to play here in this third quarter as Bath has put together another long possession. They've shuffled a lot of personnel in and out of the huddle here leading up to this play. Clark in a slot over here on the left side. He'll go in motion across the backfield, takes the handoff. And he escapes one would-be tackler as a flag comes down as he is hit at the 11.
So in Heitkamp with a nice play right there, but they're going to call a personal foul face mask actually on Bath. Bath, this will be their 6th penalty, but so far they only have 30 yards of that. Now there's back-to-back penalties, a 15-yarder and a 5-yarder. What was 1st and goal from the 7, they're going to be marched back 20 yards now.
Right.
All the way back to the 30-yard line, Dan.
So 1st down and goal from the 30.
Now here comes that bunch formation, 3 receivers out. The Rough Riders not really covering this very well. We'll see what they do, any adjustments here.
And Bath has been able to tick off a couple of 15-yard plays in a row on this possession. So 1st down and goal from the 30 may not be as big of a deal. Here's Wheeler. He will go down the near side. He is going to be hit, and another flag comes down as he's dropped at the 21-yard line. And I don't think that was Wheeler. I think that was Nebel.
Well, now we got a roughing the passer penalty. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I saw that. Jenkins I saw kind of upright afterwards. Maybe we have a replay on that to be able to see it. But that's a big play. After the 1st and goal from the 30, 15-yard penalty. Here we see, yeah, that was definitely late. Kind of a helmet up through the helmet of Jenkins. I can't get the number of the Rough Rider that did that, but that's definitely an unnecessary hit right there.
That you don't have it.
And that took them out of jail of 1st and goal from the 30. It gives them their 1st and 10 back at the 10-yard line. So, very fortuitous penalty, for the Bath Wildcats that really helped them out, and an unnecessary penalty for the Rough Riders, their 10th penalty of the game, and another one of the major variety.
So 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. And we'll see there's some confusion. I think maybe they are discussing where the spot should be.
Well, truthfully, if it's there and it's an automatic 1st down, it should be 1st and 10. Not necessarily just 1st and goal. And because they're outside the 10-yard line, it should have the chains back up. Again, we're just speculating. We have no idea what they're talking. They could be talking about where to get pizza after the game, Dan.
True. That's true. Well, apparently they're going over to tell Coach Fry where the best pizza is. And now it looks like maybe we'll play football again.
Coach Fry is pretty experienced. He probably would know that already.
You're right. Maybe they were just going over there for a reference.
And they are getting the chains back up. So it is 1st and 10 from just outside the 10.
All right, so Jenkins will work out of the shotgun now. And again, that bunch formation and motion.
Yet another penalty.
Yes. Wow.
But by the way, the Rough Riders did adjust to that. They had 3 defenders in press coverage on that bunch formation out there. So, in the chess match, the Rough Riders have adjusted to that. So we'll see what the Bath Wildcats do.
Let's see if we can get 2 consecutive plays off here without a flag. Jenkins will bring the play in from the sideline. We're under a minute and a half to play here, 3rd quarter in this tie ball game from Bath.
It's 17 combined penalties so far, Dan.
It's about 16 more than I want to see. Jenkins will fire it over the right side, and it's caught up to the 6-yard line. And I believe that was Briggs on the receiving end.
I believe you're right. We apologize. These some of the uniforms look pretty similar from our vantage point up here, so we are trying our best on that. But a little trend breaker right there. First time we've seen the slant out of that bunch formation.
Now just 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Jenkins will keep it himself, looking for the corner. He escapes across the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get down to the 1. He'll be pretty close to a 1st down, Paul.
Yeah, Jenkins not really known for his feet a whole lot, but showed a little determination right there. Got hit, got a few extra yards after carry, got hit right at the line, as you can see right there, but kept his legs going, kept his momentum going, and is near a 1st down. And that's actually now become kind of a big deal. They don't need a touchdown right here. They could just get a 1st down. And they don't need to run a play here, but we'll see if they do.
There's only 10 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter. On a 3rd down and 1. from the 2, and it'll be Jenkins again. He dives forward. We'll see if they give him forward progress. It looks from where the officials are running in that he picked up the first down, and now they give him the touchdown. Well, that took a long time to be called.
Well, I'm sure we'll get that on camera to know for sure. The referees are talking about it. Either way, it looked like it was going to move the chains as this is the last play of the third quarter. But the quarterback sneak has been very successful for Bath this game, and Coach Garland dials it up again for 6.
Loff on to attempt the extra point.
And actually, that might be Norton.
Yeah, you're right.
With kicking duties now.
And Norton puts it through. And Bath reclaims the lead on the final play of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, it's the Wildcats 21 and the Rough Riders 14. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
We are state of the art.
We are professional.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great day. We are service you can trust.
We are here for you.
With custom fabrication, a variety of roofing options, and exceptional roofing knowledge and expertise, Frost Roofing is committed to providing top-notch quality service on every project. To learn more, visit us online at frost-roofing.com and follow us on social media.
Back here at Bath Stadium for the start of the final frame, the Rough Riders find themselves in a hole 21-14 after Bath put together a 15-play, 81-yard drive that ate up 9 minutes and 10 seconds of the third quarter. This one kicked away, and it'll be fielded inside the 20 at about the 16-yard line by Spicer. He brings it back out to the 31-yard line. So St. Mary's will have pretty good field position again to start their second possession of the second half.
And no offense to Spicer, who's an explosive player, but Bath was not going to kick the ball deep to test her again and risk giving the Rough Riders tremendous field position. So far the Rough Riders touchdowns have come on the short field. Bath going to try to make them go the long way.
Here's the handoff. Obringer will lose his footing as he gets to the corner. He's going to go down short of the line of scrimmage at the 29.
And obviously a very quick-moving third quarter, Dan. Both teams only had one possession each.
Right.
Both were successful as they were able to score touchdowns. So really, offenses are not being totally explosive. It's a 21-14 game. It's not the highest scoring game, but they're kind of doing what they want to do.
Fitzgerald with the carry up the middle gets up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards on that carry. It'll bring up a third down and 7. Closing in on 11 minutes to play here in the game.
And the key third down here, 3rd and long, which the Rough Riders don't like to be in. Poor field position too, so you figure you pretty much have to almost pick this up.
We saw Logan Mays come onto the field, and Coach Fry told us he was going to get into the offensive act. Howell under all kinds of pressure. He's going to be sacked for a big loss back to the 22-yard line.
Tyler Shobin there. Also Kyle Lehman in for the hit. A big sack and a big loss for the Rough Riders, who now face the prospect of punting the ball away to this Bath team.
And this is a Bath team that just finished up a 9-minute drive. Loss of 9 on this sack.
And you can see not much of a chance there for Howe to be able to do anything. The pressure was right there.
Fitzgerald with a line drive kick that'll be fielded by Wheeler at his own 37-yard line. He's back across the 40, escapes a couple of tacklers, gets across midfield, and he'll go down at the Rough Rider 45-yard line. So Bath will have a short field to work with for their second possession of the second half.
Yeah, really nice play, being able to field that punt, which is something I wish the Cleveland Browns would learn how to do, field punts. But catches it on a bounce to save field position. Even if you got tackled there, you save field position. But he made some really nifty moves and had a nice return. And perhaps this might be the best starting position of the night for Bath.
19 yards on the punt.
But truly, just in terms of field position, that ball would have, because it was a line drive, skipped at least 5, if not 10 more yards if he wouldn't have fielded. So a great decision on his part.
3 receivers here for Jenkins, who works out of the shotgun. He has Clark back there with him on his left hip. And he sends Burkholder across the backfield, but Jenkins will keep it himself. And he's going to find 6 yards off the left side to the Rough Rider 40-yard line.
What an impressive movement that the Bath line is getting. They got 6 yards on that play, and it was just one big mush power play. Nothing special. They got a lot of movement. And the Rough Riders, if they want to be able to stay in this game and win this game, they're going to have to draw a line in the dirt and be able to get a stop here soon.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the far side left. Jenkins with now 9 carries for 49 yards. This will be his 10th carry, and he'll go up to 50 yards on that one.
That time, nice play there by Douglas, who was engaged with the blocker, was able to grab on a leg and hold on and make the play to keep this a 3rd down, albeit a 3rd down and 1 for the Bath Wildcats.
And the Wildcats have been successful all night on 3rd down. This one at the 37-yard line of the Rough Riders.
Yeah, and the bench of the Rough Riders realizing this is a key moment in the game, really trying to inspire a stop here from their defense.
Jenkins under center, 3 backs behind him, and it'll be Clark, who is hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward to the 35 and has a 1st down.
Yeah, it's actually, they're calling it no doubt. I thought it was just kind of a close one, closer than it ended up being. Nice spot, by the officials right there for our 1st down. I thought the Rough Riders had a nice stack up there at the line of scrimmage, but and the result is a 1st down.
And for the Rough Riders, the clock's starting to become the enemy now, as Bath has really held the ball a long time tonight.
It is, but it's still a 1-possession game. What they need more than anything is they need a stop.
Some confusion here on the formation, and I think that's going to prompt the timeout on the Bath sideline, and it will. 8.5 minutes remaining in our game, and Bath with a 21-14 lead. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
TSC can save you money.
How?
TSC can save you money with Emerge.
What's Emerge?
The Emerge bundle plan. TSC will merge your phone, cable TV, and internet in one nice, neat package to save you money.
How much money?
A boatload. The Emerge bundle plan, only from TSC.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Minster Bank is celebrating 100 years of serving our local communities.
We are proud of our past and we look forward to a promising future.
Thanks for the opportunity to help our local businesses grow.
Thanks for letting us serve you past banking hours.
Thanks for letting us serve you and getting to know you personally.
Through our private wealth management department, we provide trusted investment advice.
Minster Bank's success and longevity is truly a testament to the communities and the customers that we serve.
Thanks for 100.
8.5 minutes remaining in the game, and Bath with the ball and a 7-point edge. They come out with 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. They had to burn a timeout after some confusion offensively. They put Clark in motion across the backfield. He will lead the way for Jenkins, who goes off the left side for a short gain.
You contrast that. It's the same play that they ran just a few plays earlier, where they got a great mush and 6 yards. That time, the Rough Riders stood up and sent the play backwards, and that was only a 1-yard gain.
So a 2nd down and 9 coming up for Bath, and for them, more important than the yardage is continuing to move that clock. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side right. And Jenkins will work out of the shotgun with Gross on his right hip. There's the snap, and Jenkins again with the carry. He goes off the right side this time. He'll dive across the 30 and be brought down as he gets to the 28-yard line. So it'll bring up a third down at about 3.
And the clock has stopped. There's a flag down thrown by the side judge. So the clock was stopped and started to run again. So not sure exactly what the discussion is here.
And they're waving that one off.
Well, you see over there by the 38-yard line, you know, I wonder if that's truly a flag or
Coach Fry challenging the play.
So irregardless, apparently it wasn't an intentionally thrown flag. That was unintentionally thrown, Dan.
Okay, we'll go with that. 3rd down and 2 coming up. And again, Bath has been very successful tonight on 3rd downs.
An amazing 6 for 8 on 3rd down conversions, Dan. That's going to win you a lot of football games.
Wheeler, the lone wideout, he lines up to the left. 3 backs behind Jenkins under center. They let the play clock go down to 5, and Jenkins keeps it himself, and he's going to push forward across the 25 to the 22-yard line.
And Jenkins, our player to watch coming into the game, we thought passing the ball would be it. Now, he's been pretty solid, 11 for 17 for 144 yards, but really he is making his mark in this second half with his legs, Dan. And, you know, I'm very impressed with, you know, his tough running style. You know, he got hit right away. A lot of quarterbacks would go down right away. You know, the senior just keeps his legs going and is moving it. Now has 65 yards on the game running.
Again, 3 backs in the backfield behind Jenkins. And Wheeler, the lone wideout, out to the right. The play clock down to 3 seconds before they snap this one and pitch it to Clark, who finds some space to the right to the 20-yard line. And that's where he'll go down.
And he goes down in bounds. Clock keeps going. You know, the clock obviously is a key to the game, but right now the Rough Riders desperately have got to keep this a 7-point game. They need to get a stop. And, you know, from their experience last week, where with that improbable come-from-behind win with Elida, you know, that they will feel confident in themselves and draw upon that experience if they can get the ball back down only 1 score. But to do that, that defense has to do their part and get a stop.
Well, and this is a Doug Fry team. They're going to play to the last minute of the game. 3 backs behind, and Clark takes the handoff, and that's going to be a good stop by the Rough Riders front line.
Yeah, Douglas was there initially, then Klinger kind of cleaned it up, and gives Clark some a little credit there too, as he kept it going and, you know, got back to the line of scrimmage when he could have lost a couple of yards.
There have not been a lot of negative running plays for Bath tonight. They've gotten a good push up front.
Here's this bunch formation again. 7 for 9 on 3rd downs, but not many of them have been this long.
3rd and 9. Ball at the Rough Rider 21-yard line. Jenkins lobs it out to Wheeler on the right side. He's got positive yards inside the 15, and he'll fall forward to about the 12. And it looks like he's going to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, and that's got to be discouraging. You know, bunch formation, they've had to run that play at least 6-7 times so far, Dan. And, you know, in that crucial situation, they really needed that stop.
So the clock will move with 5 minutes to play. And Bath has done a good job of utilizing nearly all of the play clock on each play. This will be their 10th play.
And Bath with just a lot of long drives in this game.
Jenkins under center. He's going to keep it himself, and he finds space to the near side, looking for the corner. Takes a hit at the 5, and he'll go down at the 3-yard line.
Really interesting right there. Jenkins saw something in the defense. Instead of running the regular play, it looks like he's going to audible into just, you know, a low quarterback sneak. And then as he started to move, he saw some daylight out to the outside and is almost able to take it in for 6. But just as importantly, the clock is moving, and they're right on the doorstep from possibly putting this game away, Dan.
Yep. It almost looked like Jenkins kind of changed that play at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd down and 1 from the 3-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield. Clark, left side, spin move at the 2, and he will float into the end zone, left side, touchdown.
Clark for the second time on this drive, gets hit and think he's going to go down, but he's able to keep going just enough to be able to put himself into the end zone. And Bath with, once again, a tremendous drive to be able to extend the lead out to 2 touchdowns. And this late in the game, this is going to be tough for the Rough Riders.
Well, Paul, they're going to have to eat that elephant one bite at a time, get back and even this one up. Jenkins will put the hold down. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 3:54 remaining in this game, Bath opens up their lead 28-14. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family-owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
3:54 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and the Bath Wildcats putting together another long possession that ends in a touchdown. 11 plays, 46 yards, 6 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock, and a 3-yard touchdown run by Chase Clark, and they will kick it away. It'll be fielded at the 30-yard line, and diving across the 35 to the 37 is Klingler.
Well, really the story of the game so far is Bath's long possessions. You know, they have touchdown drives of 12 plays, 9 plays, 15 plays, 11 plays, and they've consumed a lot of time. You know, there's 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game, and each team has only had 2 possessions this half, with Bath chewing up over 15 minutes of possession in this half alone on 2 possessions.
And both of their possessions in this half have been touchdowns. Here is Howell rolling out to the right. Looking downfield, he fires it deep down the right side, looking for Tester, and he can't connect.
Nice coverage right there by Bath. Tester had about half a step, but pretty good coverage there. I think it was by Neville out there, but again, we apologize for the numbers a little bit, but we'll try it again. It's either him or Wheeler.
Well, in any event, it's an incomplete pass and a 2nd down and 10 coming up for St. Mary's as they tried to stretch things out there.
So Howell came into the game completing 71% of his passes, only 1 for 6 in this game.
He is working out of the shotgun here. He'll roll out to the right. Fires it to the right side where it's caught by Spicer, who goes down across the 48-yard line, and he'll pick up a 1st down.
Well, it popped out. They're going to give him the catch. It definitely popped out of his hands. Whether it actually hit the turf or not, we can't really tell. But the important thing is, according to the officials, he did not, and he possessed the ball. And that does move the chains and give the Rough Riders still some life here and another fresh set of downs.
Ball at the 49-yard line. 11-yard connection between Howell and Spicer, and this one incomplete. He was looking for Mays, and a flag comes down over on the far hash at the 31.
Yeah, it came from way from behind on the play.
And the referee looked like he was getting ready to signal pass interference, and it's going to go against Bath.
So, truthfully, you know, we had gotten accustomed to not seeing a lot of penalties after a penalty-filled 2nd and 3rd quarter. So the 7th penalty on Bath right there for 53 yards. Kind of a tough call right there.
Well, Bath doesn't like the formation here. They're going to take a timeout.
Yeah, that's what Coach Fry calls the lonesome polecat. That's the formation that we saw actually at the top of the show that Isaac Fitzgerald scored a touchdown against Elida last week on. Coach Fry has run that formation, for several years at all the stops. Let's go back a couple plays and see that catch. Ball comes up in the air. Now, he does catch the ball on the rebound out there, but when he comes to the ground, did it hit the ground there and then bounce up? That's very possibly what happened. But when the ball was in the air, he definitely got it back and pulled it in. So the judgment call by the official whether the ball hit the ground before then or not, they said that it didn't. So it was first down, Rough Riders.
And that view might have been blocked by the player because I think the official on the far side made that call.
Yeah, either way, Spicer with a good effort right there to never stop on the play.
High school football on Game Face Ohio is brought to you in part by Owen Kitchen and Bath. For all your kitchen and bath projects, call Owen Kitchen and Bath. They feature cabinetry that will take your breath away with prices that won't. Powell out of the shotgun here on first down. Looking for Mays, fires it down the center of the field, and it is incomplete. He had to kind of go back for that one, and it was broken up.
And Ryan Calb with the defensive play right there. Actually, good-looking ball right there, and Mays had a nice route and setup, but just unable to make the connection, and the nice defensive play to break that up.
So it brings up a second down and 10. Now 3 minutes and 13 seconds left. And Howell finding time now. He is swarmed under in the backfield for a big loss back outside the 45 to the 48-yard line.
And a host of defenders right there for Bath, including Lehman and Renfro. Trying to run the screen. It wasn't open, didn't get it right away. And Coach Fry talking to his young quarterback, talking about how he probably needs to get rid of that ball in that situation.
So they actually spot the ball at the 45-yard line. And it looks like St. Mary's is going to take a timeout here with 3:03 left. We'll take a timeout here as well. 28-14, the Wildcats on top with 3:03 left in our game. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
For over 100 years, the Stolly Insurance Team has been looking out for you.
We have access to major insurance companies all over the country. But together, we can customize an insurance program that will offer you the best coverage for the best premiums.
Let us look out for you. Give us a call for a personalized proposal today.
Proudly featuring Motorist Insurance, Stolly Insurance in Lima, Walpock, Salina, and Lakeview. Representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies. Stolly Insurance.
St. Mary's will hustle to the line here on a 3rd down and 19 from the Bath 45-yard line. Howell under pressure, rolls out to the right. He fires it deep down the right sideline, looking for Spicer, who makes a tremendous catch coming back, and he'll skate into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, just what the doctor ordered out of the lonesome polecat, which is tough to defend because you have so many options of guys you can throw to. Howell rolling to his right just before he crosses the line of scrimmage is able to find Spicer, who make a tremendous adjustment and be able to take the ball into the end zone. A 45-yard touchdown on his 7th catch of the year for Spicer and his first touchdown reception. Only the 3rd touchdown pass of the year for Howell.
So Troglin will be out to attempt the extra point. The snap is there, the hold is there, and the kick is up and good. 2:54 remaining in this game, and it's now a 7-point lead for the Wildcats. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
.254 left in the game. And Paul, an onside kick coming up here.
Well, check number 1 on the comeback. You scored. It's a one-possession game. Now you need the ball back. It's 2:54 left. Coach Fry looking to onside kick it, see if they can recover it.
The kick will not go the required 10-yard distance before it is scooped up.
A little premature celebration by the Rough Rider sidelines. Ball clearly did not go 10 yards. And then the second thing is you cannot advance an onside kick, so the ball would be dead. So should be a pretty easy call. The Rough Riders are politicking for it, but pretty obviously, just didn't go far enough.
Right.
Now that being said, there's still a lot of time in this game. They have 2 timeouts left. The defense just needs to get a stop. If they get a 3 and out and can get the ball back, you've got plenty of ball game. You're going to have a long field to go, as we can see that. See here by the replay. He'd have to catch the ball before the 50-yard line, and Chase Root did not on that case. But, it comes down to the defense. Can they get the stop? Bath, this is only the 3rd possession of this half, and they've scored the last 3 times they've held the ball, including the 2 times this half they've possessed it.
The pitch will go to Clark, who finds the corner on the far side. He's across the 45 to the 40. And wisely cuts it back toward the middle of the field before diving forward to pick up the first down.
Yeah, Mays trying to come in to make the play in the backfield, but Lehman, the lead blocker out of the backfield for the fullback position, able to shield him just enough, and then Clark able to get first down yardage off of that. And the Rough Riders will call one of their final 2 timeouts to stop the clock.
2:47 left in this 4th quarter. High school football on Game Face Ohio is brought to you in part by Stolly Insurance, Ohio's leading insurance agency. They've been looking out for you since 1904.
Speaking of that, one little stat we want to talk about last week, we've kind of mentioned that incredible comeback last week, the 47-46 overtime game against Elida. That was the 2nd most combined points in Rough Rider history. The 93 combined points, second only to a game 102 years ago in 1912. And I'll let you marinate on that and see who do you think the Rough Riders played in that game back in 1912?
Was it Bath?
It was not Bath.
It was not Bath.
It is a team that is not that far away from Bath, though.
I know that Stolly Insurance was in business for 8 years already when that game took place. Here's the pitch to Clark again. He finds the corner. He's got room and goes up to the 36-yard line. A gain of about 3 on first down and another St. Mary's timeout. Was it Shawnee?
It was not Shawnee.
Now I'm grasping.
It was, and granted the rules were different at the time, but if you just take a ride down Route 81 here, you would end up in Ada, Ohio, home of Ohio Northern University and the Wilson Football Factory. And they were able to defeat the Rough Riders that day 99-0.
So they played Ohio Northern? Is that what you're saying?
No, they played Ada.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
But, that was only the 2nd game in Rough Rider history in football. So they've been playing football for 102 years. Second game was not kind to the Rough Riders. So let's just say last week's game was the highest scoring game in modern history for the Rough Riders.
All right. We'll say that.
I believe our statistician, A.J. Lacey, really impressed at the amount of research that we're doing for this broadcast.
He's easily impressed. 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats. And Jenkins, he was going to keep that himself, and nothing there on 2nd down.
That play's been really good to Bath so far, but that time the Rough Riders were there plugging up the middle. I think that was Fitzgerald was in there, getting some defensive reps right now. You can tell how important this is to Coach Fry. He's putting his best 11 on defense right now. It doesn't matter if they've been offensive players or not. You can see the replay. Fitzgerald coming from the middle linebacker spot. Now it's a 3rd and 9. Interesting to see what they're going to dial up here from Bath. Are they going to take a chance and pass the ball, or are they going to try to make sure they keep the clock running here on 3rd and 9?
They've been successful 80% of the time on 3rd down tonight. Out of the shotgun is Jenkins, and he will pass it out to Wheeler. He finds a seam to the 30, and he'll go down at the 29-yard line. Looks to be about a yard short of the 1st down.
It is, but it's successful enough to where the clock's going to run, and they're going to go for it on this 4th down, because if they get this 4th down, the game is in essence over. If the Rough Riders would have been able to stall that to be just even a 3 or 4 yard gain, it would have been a tough decision for Bath. But you can see this quick screen been successful all night long, and the Wildcats are a yard and some change away from becoming victorious at home for the 2nd time this year.
Well, timeout going to be taken by the Wildcats before this 4th down play. We'll take a break here. When we come back, a 4th down and 1 for the Wildcats. They lead by 7. You're watching Game Face Ohio.
We are state of the art.
We are professional.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great day. We are service you can trust.
We are here for you.
With custom fabrication, a variety of roofing options, and exceptional roofing knowledge and expertise, Frost Roofing is committed to providing top-notch quality service on every project. To learn more, visit us online at frost-roofing.com and follow us on social media.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
Fans on their feet here at Bath Stadium as the Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage on a 4th down and 1. That if they're successful would ice this game for the Wildcats. Jenkins will be under center, has 3 backs behind him. Takes the snap, it's a handoff to Clark, and he goes off the right side and picks up a crucial 1st down for the Wildcats inside the 25-yard line.
And truthfully, Dan, if I was going to be asked what was I going to expect in that play, I was going to say power I formation, ISO football, and if you can't get that 1.5 yards, you don't deserve it. But in this case, Bath was able to get it, and they've been winning the battle up front all night long, and it's going to be enough for them to be able to be victorious this evening.
Well, that's fitting because they are now in victory formation. So the Bath Wildcats getting it done on the ground tonight.
And something to mention right here, St. Mary's was able to, get that monkey off their back last week, snapping that 20-game WBL losing streak, and unable to kind of keep that momentum going against Bath. This is Bath's 3rd win in a row against the Rough Riders. As successful of a historic team Bath has been, they've never beaten the Rough Riders 3 times in a row.
Well, they put together an impressive performance tonight from the time of possession standpoint, and did everything they needed to do in this second half with the possessions that they had.
Well, they stole the page of success from what Doug Fry teams want to do. They want to dominate the time of possession, and they nearly doubled up the St. Mary's Rough Riders in time of possession.
Final seconds ticking away, and the Wildcats will get their second win of the season. To the final tonight, the Bath Wildcats 28 and the St. Mary's Rough Riders 21. You've been watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
TSC can save you money.
How?
TSC can save you money with Emerge.
What's the merge?
The Emerge bundle plan. TSC will merge your phone, cable TV, and internet in one nice, neat package to save you money.
How much money?
A boatload. The Emerge bundle plan only from TSC.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Minster Bank is celebrating 100 years of serving our local communities.
We are proud of our past and we look forward to a promising future.
Thanks for the opportunity to help our local businesses grow.
Thanks for letting us serve you past banking hours.
Thanks for letting us serve you and getting to know you personally.
Through our private wealth management department, we provide trusted investment advice.
Minster Bank's success and longevity is truly a testament to the communities and the customers that we serve.
Thanks for 100.
Tonight, the Bath Wildcats put together an impressive performance and come away with a 28-21 win over the visiting St. Mary's Rough Riders. And it's time now in the postgame show to take a look at our scoring summary. The Bath Wildcats got things started on their first possession on a 12-play, 79-yard drive, capped by that 8-yard Chase Clark run. The Rough Riders were able to answer on a 4th down and goal from the 4 on this Dustin Howell scamper to tie things at 7 apiece. But right back came the Wildcats on this 23-yard Jenkins to Briggs connection. Then it was Spicer's turn. He went around the right side for 11 yards to get the Rough Riders back to even. But then the Bath Wildcats put together a 9-minute and 10-second drive that ended with that 1-yard Jenkins run to make it 21-14, and then added another touchdown here on a 3-yard run by Chase Clark that ended at the 3:54 mark. The Rough Riders tried to make the rally. They score on this 45-yard touchdown pass from Howell to Spicer. That came at the 2:54 mark. And the fourth quarter, but the Rough Riders never got another chance with the ball, and Bath able to come away with a 28-21 win in their second win here at their home field. They're 2-0 on the season, Paul, here at home.
Yes, they are, and a great win for their confidence. You know, starting 3 of the first 4 games on the road and 0-3 on the road. Great for them to come back and defend their home turf.
Let's go ahead and take a look at final statistics from tonight's ball game.
Yeah, team statistics really taking a page out of Doug Fry football. Bath just dominating time of possession, as you can jump down to there. Over 32 minutes compared to just 15 minutes for the Rough Riders. Total yards, Bath with 338 compared to only 196. Almost doubled up in first downs, and both teams played kind of an ugly game in terms of penalties. Rough Riders with 10 penalties and the Wildcats with 8. Going over to individual statistics, the Wildcats were able to do a great job keeping the Rough Riders off the field. The Rough Riders only had 40 plays from scrimmage. Last week alone, Isaac Fitzgerald had 43 carries on the game. This game, the leading rusher in the Western Buckeye League only had 92 yards on 14 carries, which is still a good average of 6.6, but again, compare 43 rushes last week to only 14 this week. Howell, 3 for 9 passing for 64 yards for the Rough Riders. Going over to the Wildcats, Clark was able to go over the 100-yard mark with 102 yards on 23 carries and 2 touchdowns, but Jenkins, equally impressive on the ground, 72 yards rushing and a touchdown, as well as 13 for 19 passing for 161 yards and a touchdown. Wheeler, 10 catches for 115 yards, leads the way for the Wildcats.
All right, Paul, it's time to select our Owen Kitchen and Bath player of the game, and we kind of pegged this one tonight.
Yeah, Cam Jenkins, we kind of mentioned when they beat Defiance, he had a tremendous game, 368 yards passing, so we thought he was going to be able to get it done. Had a fine passing day, but really with his legs, was able to get things done, whether it was this quarterback sneak that was very successful for them, as we see here, and in this case, out of the shotgun, coming up and changing the play and going to the outside, just showing his skills and maturation as a 2-year starter co-captain for this Bath Wildcat team.
Well, the Wildcats dominating the time of possession, doubling up St. Mary's tonight, and they come away with a 28-21 win. Our ball game next week will feature the Defiance Bulldogs at Wapakoneta, so we'll get to see the Redskins again. That'll be our feature ball game. And then Salina will be at St. Mary's. That'll be our bonus game. Our producer for tonight's game was Todd Utup, our technical director Adam Dell, our statistician A.J. Lisi. On cameras, Jim Miller, Justin Orfel, Josh Miller, Luke Catahenry, Cody Voorhees, Duke, Dylan Locke, and Jordan Minning. And again, the final score here tonight, the Bath Wildcats come away with a 28-21 win. They improved to 2-3 overall and 2-2 inside the Western Buckeye League. The Rough Riders fall to 2-3 and now 1-3 inside conference play. For Paul Sadler, I'm Dan Hearn. Thanks for joining us, everybody. You've been watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.